Imagine a world without writing. No letters, no books, no recorded laws, no history beyond what fragile memory could carry. In that world, everything that was learned had to be repeated. Everything that was lived could disappear with the death of those who remembered it. Humanity existed, but it did not endure. Writing is born from this very deep anguish, the fear of losing who we are. Long before any symbol, human beings were already telling stories. Around the fire, beneath the star-filled sky, myths, hunts, fears, and dreams were passed from mouth to mouth. The spoken word was sacred, but also unstable. Each repetition changed a detail. Each generation forgot a fragment. Then came the first signs. On cave walls, hands marked in paint, running bison, hunting scenes. That was not art alone. It was memory engraved in stone. It was the first gesture of saying, I was here. This happened. Around 3200 BC, in the land between rivers, what we now call Mesopotamia, something extraordinary happened. The peoples of the region, especially the Sumerians, began pressing marks into wet clay tablets. At first, they were not stories or poems. They were records. Grain, sheep, taxes. Writing was born practical, almost bureaucratic. But there emerged cuneiform writing, wedge-shaped signs that transformed speech into something visible. For the first time, human thought gained a body outside the mind. Humanity had learned to externalize memory. In ancient Egypt, writing followed a different path. Hieroglyphs were not merely phonetic symbols. They were images charged with spiritual power. Writing was a sacred act. Scribes were not simple officials. They were guardians of knowledge and cosmic order. The Egyptians wrote in stone for eternity, and on papyrus for everyday life. Writing came to record prayers, rituals, stories of the gods, and life after death. To write was to ensure that the soul would not be forgotten. Writing now did not merely remember, it saved. For centuries, writing was the privilege of a few. Complex systems required years of learning. But around 1200 BC, Phoenician merchants did something revolutionary. They reduced writing to a small set of sound-based symbols. The alphabet was born. From it came Greek, Latin, and later almost all Western writing systems. For the first time, writing no longer required drawing the world, only representing sounds. Writing became portable, fast, accessible. The written word began to travel. Among the Greeks, writing gained a new function: to think the world. Philosophy, science, theater, politics, everything began to be recorded. Writing ceased to be mere memory and became a tool of reflection. In Rome, it became power. Written laws organized empires. Edicts carved in stone outweighed spoken promises. Writing came to govern people who would never see the ruler. What is written remains. After the fall of Rome, the world did not forget writing, but it withdrew. Monasteries became islands of preserved knowledge. Monks copied books letter by letter for months, sometimes years. Each book was unique. Each page was an immense human effort. Writing survived in silence, waiting for the moment to explode once again. In the 15th century, one man changed everything. Johannes Gutenberg perfected the movable type printing press. Suddenly, a book no longer required years. It could be made in days, then in hours. Writing multiplied. Ideas crossed borders. The Bible ceased to belong exclusively to the clergy. Science spread. Revolutions began on paper before they began in the streets. Writing stopped being rare. It became dangerous. Over time, newspapers, novels, letters, and contracts shaped the modern world. States were founded upon written constitutions. Rights came to exist because they were recorded, and then writing transformed once more. It left paper and entered the light of screens. Bits replaced ink. Words traveled at the speed of thought. Anyone could write to the entire world. Never have we written so much. Never have we forgotten so little. Writing is not merely a collection of symbols. It is the extension of human consciousness. It is the way we converse with the past and reach the future. When we write, we challenge time. When we read, we resurrect voices long gone. As long as writing exists, no idea ever truly dies. And perhaps this is, in fact, humanity's greatest achievement. Not the fire that warms the body, not the wheel that moves the world, not even the machines that amplify our strength, but something quieter, more fragile, and infinitely more powerful. Writing. Because everything we have built, empires, sciences, religions, technologies, exists only because someone wrote before us. Fire goes out, wheels break, machines rust, but a recorded idea can cross millennia untouched. Writing is the moment humanity refuses to disappear. It is a conscious decision not to allow existence to be swallowed by time. When we write, we do something extraordinary. We speak to people who have not yet been born. We answer voices that have already died. We transform fleeting thoughts into eternal presence. Every engraved symbol was an act of courage. Every written word was a challenge to oblivion. Every preserved text was a victory against silence. Writing is not just memory. It is continuity. It is the invisible thread that connects generations, allowing yesterday's mistake to become tomorrow's wisdom. And as long as someone is willing to write, and someone is willing to read, humanity will never be lost. Because civilizations do not fall when cities are destroyed. They fall when their stories stop being told. Writing is what keeps us human. It allows us to learn from the past, understand the present, and imagine futures that do not yet exist. In the end, we are not made only of flesh, bones, and time. We are made of stories, and as long as there are words, we will continue to exist. If you enjoyed this journey through the history of writing, like, share, and subscribe, because as long as someone is reading, the story never ends.